Well, good afternoon, Mr. Wick, and welcome back. So the last time that we met, you were talking about having these high anxieties, this life support system, these rushing thoughts going in and out of your mind that were just really difficult to identify. So today we're going to try an activity that's called diffusing your thoughts, leaves on a string. So the point of this activity isn't to change the way that you think, alter the way you think, make things more positive, or get rid of negative thoughts. So the point of this activity is to practice mindfulness. And when you're doing this activity, you might have pleasurable thoughts, you might have painful thoughts, you may have neutral thoughts. The whole point of it, though, is just to address those thoughts and not try to get rid of them, right? So when you're doing this activity, you're going to be imagining that you're sitting next to a river. You're going to imagine the bank, sitting on the bank of the river, the noises around you, the rushing river, the sounds next to that river. And while you're doing this, you're going to imagine leaves passing by. And as those leaves pass by and thoughts start to come into your mind, and imagine yourself taking that out of your mind and placing that thought on the leaf and watching it slowly drift down the river. Now, we're not going to try to rush those thoughts down the river. We don't want them to stick around. We're not trying to put them back. We just want them to slowly float down the river and then let another thought come to us. What this will allow us to do is to sort those thoughts out. So often we have all of these racing thoughts all at one time, and it's so difficult to understand why we're feeling this anxiety and why we're feeling this way. And the reason for it is that we have multiple thoughts occurring all at once that we can identify. So as we identify those coming and going, we can feel a little bit more clear on why it is that we're feeling that way and what it is that's causing us to feel that way. So as we're going through this exercise, if you find yourself feeling or thinking, well, this exercise is dumb, this exercise isn't helpful to me, I don't want to do this exercise, take those thoughts and put them on a leaf, right? And if your mind starts to wander, that's totally okay. That's what our minds do. But as it wanders, recognize that your mind is wandering and then try to bring yourself back into this exercise until we conclude. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get started with the exercise